Guten Morgen. Oh, ich höre mich wieder selbst. Ich höre mich wieder selbst. Ich höre mich wieder selbst. So, jetzt müsste es besser sein. Nein? So, jetzt aber. Guten Morgen. Ja, auf dem letzten Mal, also letzten Sonntag, waren wir auf dem Weg in die Kanalisation, glaube ich. Ja, haben wir so ein Tor aufgemacht. Dann machen wir heute weiter. Das sind wir auch schon. Mhm. Ah, ich höre so einen Teleport. Da geht nichts.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Ja, passiert erstmal nicht viel. So. Oha.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity.
Och nö.
Respect the laws of Ascalon.
Ja, lass mich wo.
Neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn.
Ich kann mal runtergeschlagen. Was mach ich? Das ist das.
When Stu vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds once.
Nein.
Slow as a snail.
Ah, das war's. Scheißdreck. Jetzt hab ich den einfach fertig gemacht. Nee. Natürlich wache ich schon gut auf.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood.
You shall learn to respect the
Auf
laws
einer,
of
auf ein neues.
Ascalon. Thy neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn.
Schon mehr.
Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon? Whence you vanished on slaughter and scalpwood?
Nein, nein. So. Viele davon. Nein, nein, nein.
Foolish Ekon! For the banshee, the hand that crushes all! You found your death in me! I shall tear thee apart and spill thy blood to the pissing wells! Your blood is now mine.
Lass mich doch in Ruhe.
I shall crush you.
Mach nicht schon wieder. Ja, genau, schmeiß mich doch einfach rum. So.
Power you cannot comprehend. And slow as a snail. Return to your apothecary and needles. Down, stay down.
Also halt doch mal still.
I shall crush you. Return to your apothecary and needles. And thine shall be a fair skull to adorn my mantle.
Oi, geschafft, endlich. Oh ja. Puh. Das war's mir dann dabei.
At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far.
Arme Kreatur würde ich das Ding jetzt nicht nennen.
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Please, who are you? I sense your sadness.
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
The guard of Pre-One is hunting him. He is suspected of murder.
The Scars have always been hunted by humans and vampires alike. I teach them how to survive against the odds.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you, she is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us?
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Keep your distance, Echo. Keep your distance, Echo. Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages. How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time.
So. Was war jetzt? So. So, hier. Gucken, was wir machen. Mal gucken, was wir machen.
Oh, Bridget allowed me to wander above some years back. It was unpleasant. We're at your mercy. Will you end us?
Sag mal. So. Da ist die alte. So, schauen wir uns das Dokument an. Hey. Aha. So, jetzt zu dir.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are similar, but not the same, Harriet.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness. quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest. No more questions, Dr. Reed.
Ah, wieder nicht, keine Frage mehr. Egal, schauen wir uns weiter um.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Sean Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, Old Brit.
So, jetzt plündern wir noch ein bisschen und dann
is London. I've not seen
Suck out of
beyond
the
these
server.
walls in such a long We're at your mercy. Will you end us? We're at your
Tüh,
mercy.
wir haben sogar einen Bau.
Will you end us?
So. So. Ah. Oh, okay. So. Geh weg. Gut. Ich glaube, hier war es sogar schon. Folge den Pfeilen. Ist da schon? Glaube ich ja. Ja, da war schon. Okay. So, dann folgen wir der Pfeil. Oi.
It's locked.
Wie steppert das sieht aus.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the Skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same. In death, I mean.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Füttern, füttern, füttern. So, ich denke, wir gehen jetzt nach Whitechapel und weiß ein bisschen was.
Another corpse thrown in the streets.
Was ist hier los?
Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there."
You again? What do you want?
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask me.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No, I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton. Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
So. Wir wollen. Später nochmal Whitechapel. So. Das muss ich auch hoffen. Aber zuerst wollen wir nach Southwark. Okay. Boah, da haben wir auch noch ein paar Quests zu erledigen. Und laufen. Ich will nur am Laufen. Die Wache rennt auch rum. Wo ist diese Brücke? Okay. Okay. Auf die Karte. Ah, okay. Schon?
Evening, Rufus.
Naja.
Evening, Miss.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
I can feel it coming in my bones.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Na super. Dreht er sich um? Gut, eher nicht. Wir sind zwei. Ah.
No burning, boys! Son of a shit! You pay for that! What's it? It's a killer!
So. Oh, die sind ja überall.
Easy does it, boy! Die, vermin!
Gut, so groß ist der Bezirk nicht, den gehen wir schon ab.
Best run along home, sir.
Okay.
This one's mine! Fuck, it's fast!
Ah, muss ich fressen können. Autsch. Den hätte ich beißen sollen. Aber gut. Egal. Lass es durchnehmen. Okay, dann Trockendock. So, schauen wir mal. Okay. So, das haben wir, das haben wir, das haben wir. Gut. Oh weh.
Stupid thing! Fuck, he's dead!
Ach nee, wirklich. Okay. Ja, gut. So. Ja. Wir probieren uns mal hinten anzuschleichen. Ob es funktioniert, wenn nicht, dann noch Pech gehabt. Nein, nein, oh Gott. Oh, das ist noch einer.
I cannot enter.
Leech! You're going so fucking fast!
So. Gehen wir da hoch. Wahrscheinlich kommen wir noch genau auf die andere Seite von der verschlossenen Tür.
It's locked.
Ja. Noch besser. Gut. Na, schnappen wir uns hier da hinten. Ups, ein Schuss zu viel. Ja, das Gefühl ist herrlich, wenn die Schmerztabletten liegen.
This place looks like the picture I saw of the bomb site. Yes. The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects.
Ja, ist mir alle draußen oder? Da irgendwo im Inventar. Schöne Blumen. Ja, das ist auf jeden Fall was von Bomben gewinnt. Aber die Arbeitszeit. Wie geht's der? Ich glaube, wir wird auch noch machen. War ich hier nicht schon mal? Ah, ja, doch. Ach du Scheiße. Ich bin eine ganze Weile her. Gut. Ja. Ja, und schon ist gut. So. Gut. Okay. Also die Blumenwiese dabei habe ich eben nicht, aber ich kann die nehmen. Jetzt? Jawohl.
May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
So, das hätten wir jetzt auch erledigt. So. Die Totengräber brauchen wir noch. What the fuck, sind wir erst von da gekommen? Warum sind wir jetzt da? Schon ernst? Hä? Gut. So. Tatsache. Sind wir von vorbei. Ah, vor lauter Scheiß. Jäger. So. Latschen wir das Klasse runter. Geld. So. Jetzt. Bleib du mal auf der Map. Ja, wenn wir da jetzt hochkommen, können wir direkt dahin, wo wir hin wollen. Gut.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary.
Trampel. Massengrab für die Epidemie. Oh. Oh, keine Totengräber da. Scheiße. Ich höre Vampyre.
This is...
So.
grave robbers.
Ja. Allerdings ist von denen nicht mehr viel übrig. So. Wo habe ich jetzt die Vampyre gehört? Wo kommen die Geräusche? Gut, jetzt hätten wir schon abgeschlossen. Gut, jetzt weg. Dahin. Und danach. Whitechapel, ein paar Leute auffressen. Oh, wir könnten. Ja, wir bleiben auch noch bei den Dock stehen und sagen, was mit seinen Leuten passiert ist. So.
I have this thirst for blood. It's locked, all right.
So. Ist halt die Hälfte jetzt einfach noch sinnlos rumgerannt. Nur einem Stadtplatz mal. Und die haben mal auf der anderen Bataillon irgendwie. So, okay. So. Und hier habe ich einfach alles geplündert. Oha. So.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts would be running completely amok.
Ja, ja. Der. Sabu. Ah, warte. Immer nicht selben Stelle, glaube ich, weil die so ein Handels.
Wars never really end.
Good evening, sir. I'm amazed you made it back to the docks alone.
Okay,
Good for you.
Well, I could say the same about you, young man. More to the point, who the hell are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
And I am Archer Woodbead. Please excuse my assertiveness. I often forget I'm just an old prune.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
People used to feel safe around here. They had the gangs protecting them. Now all they do is bicker and plot against one another.
Missing the good old days, are you not?
Trust me, son. The longer you live, the less meaning your existence will have. You need to remember the days you still had beliefs.
And what about the gangs?
Back in my day, people trusted the Wet Boot Boys. We looked out for the docks and its families. Nowadays, they're just a bunch of greedy fuckers.
You were a gang member?
I was their leader for a time, believe it or not. Now these bastards act like I'm nothing. Not one of them. They owe me some damn respect.
If you were such a respected figure, surely you have many interesting stories about this part of town.
You bet I do, but make no mistake. I'm no rat, sir. Some secrets are best left buried.
Any remarkable new faces around here?
Nobody. Well, there's that boy Rufus the Curse. I like him, despite the reputation he's made since his parents died. Poor little bastard.
I'm sure a district as colourful as the docks must have plenty of stories about strange visitors and creepy characters.
So, you want me to talk about the sewer dog, don't you?
If you don't mind.
Die ist schon tot.
Sewer dog is a bitch. Appropriately named. An old woman dressed in rags. She has an elegance, though, despite her ugliness. I saw her once. Scared the life out of me.
Do you still know anyone? From the old days, I mean.
Most of them are dead. I still give Miss Gillingham salutations. She doesn't remember me. She did once like me. Boy, she was a beauty back then.
So. Eben schon die Bürgerin fand einfach auf. Ausgetauscht.
Who would you trust around here?
The owner of the Turquoise Turtle's a decent fella. Tom's his name. Sean Hampton's all right too. Don't particularly share his religious views. He's quite devout.
Stimmt, zum Barmann müssen wir auch noch. Stimmt, seine Geschichte begonnen haben. Ja gut. Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye, sir. Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again.
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
Warum sollte ich lügen? Bringt mir das was?
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot Boys thank you for your help.
So.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my Wet Boot Boys after...
Gang member and...
If you're in...
I'm not...
Fair.
Since my...
That's exactly what...
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something, then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that?
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
You again. What do you want?
Yeah.
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really. One of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
I think you're wrong. Maybe the docks have always been violent, but you can't say the living don't suffer because of it.
And then what? Let the commies and the anarchists rule? Nah. We're the wet boot boys. Our fathers died on these docks and they belong to us.
I know you believe monsters are real, Booth.
They are. I know, I saw one, but no one believes me.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a few years ago. Clay Cox was still the boss then. He'd sent me to the shipyard to find out who was stealing tools and ropes at night.
Go on.
First, I thought it was an old lady with a limp. It looked frail and crooked. Then I saw it grab a bloody beam and lift it like it was a stick. I shouted. It looked straight at me.
Do you know what it was?
It was all eyes and long teeth, but I couldn't see its face. I shot at it when it moved towards me and I hit it. And then it jumped and vanished in the shadows.
You could have imagined all that. These docks can be so gloomy at night, with the fog and the wind and the boats creaking.
No, Doctor. That night I saw the fucking sewer dog for real. It's not a beast like the stories say. It's the ghost of an old woman. Bullets can't stop it. But no one believes me.
Are your friends mocking you?
Even Edwina told me once to never speak about it, but I know what I saw. And it wasn't human. Not human at all.
So. Hvad må den aflænge, altså?
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Do you require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne. Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. Best grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in the... What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but wrong.
So my point. Oh.
So few clients.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Oh, you're that doctor.
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened, just as you asked.
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well, thank you, Doctor.
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day. Stupid bastard, why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
Is it true Sean Hampton saved your life?
Yeah. The sad saint grabbed my soggy ass and brought me back to the pier after I fell into the canal. I was a wreck back then.
Were you thankful for what he did for you?
Sean Hampton really acted like a saint that day. But I suppose I'm just another lost soul who doesn't deserve to be saved.
Is there any...
How dare...
Is there... I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No. I don't want to remember it.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson & Dawson ammunitions factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
The victims. They were not the target then.
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
You made a mistake. A terrible mistake. Maybe an unforgivable one. But that does not mean that you are a monster.
I swear I did not want to kill anyone. I did not hide in the shadow to kill on purpose. That's my only defense.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Is there anything in...
Gut, mit dem sind wir jetzt auch so durch.
Goodbye.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
You lied to me, Tom. Your warehouse wasn't empty. It was inhabited with armed vigilantes.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologise, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all manner of thugs in uniform.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try not to kill anyone with this poison of yours.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less agreeable when sober.
Tell me about your arrest for attempted murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested. I paid my debt and I have nothing to hide.
Do you think prison changed you? Made you a better man?
Oh, I don't know about that. All I brought back is bad memories, scars, and an ugly tattoo of a blue turtle.
But do you feel cleansed of your sins?
All I know is that I'm at peace.
I did what I did, but I wouldn't do it again. Does that make me a better man? I don't know.
So you mean your customers know about your sordid past?
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have nothing to hide and I don't judge. That's a relief for many round here.
You attempted murder. Give me some details.
I was given an order to kill. I was an obedient gang member at the time, a proud wet boot boy.
Why did you join the gang?
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered to kill someone. What happened then?
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone saw me. I gave up.
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
You refused to kill him because you wanted to feel some of that happiness yourself. You empathized with him.
Exactly. The man was a bloody landlord who rented overpriced flats. A selfish bastard. But he made me smile. And I was no different from him.
Why not leave town and start a new life after you got out of jail?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die eventually.
Do you think the docks will always be a hive of scum and villainy?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you feel threatened, staying in such a violent and criminal neighborhood?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
Goodbye, Mr. Watt.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Und damit wären wir jetzt auch durch. Ah, das ist ein Kapitel 3. So. Was ist da los? Ah, ja, weil ich den Dings auf. Hier. Markierung sind rot. So, Whitechapel. Dann rein. Und dann wieder zurück. So.
I should shut the turquoise for a time.
The wet boots keeping things straight. These parts would be running completely amok.
So. Ne, das machen wir dann aber anders. So.
A wave of bitter death to drown and purge our city in wrath.
So. Ah, wie sind wir da hingekommen? So nicht. Bist du einfach direkt weg. Klar. Verlassen. Ja, schau. Elende. Jetzt mal weg. So, diese neue Angriff, der ist Wahnsinn. Und dich ist nicht an.
There's safer places to be than here. Look lively! It's on to us! There's one of them burning!
What the fuck? Alle drei komplett ausgenockt.
Shit, that leech is fast! You monster!
Oh shit. Einfach drauf hauen, bis er umfällt. Was ist mit euch?
Fuck, he's fast! Die, vermin!
So, also jetzt brauche ich wieder tot. Ja, so war er schon wieder. Oh yeah. Ich muss rechts rum zum Rattenhaus. Scheiße. Okay.
It ain't human! Get it! Shit! You'll pay for that!
Telefonierung. Das war auch was machen.
can't believe I'm doing this.
Glaub's ruhig.
I have this thirst for blood.
Welcome to Pembroke Hospital. Nice.
It is good to see you again, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm better than one might expect, Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea has asked me to investigate the recent disturbances in the hospital caused by
Really? What?
I discovered the most intriguing skull. An elderly woman answering to the name of Old Bridget, and a man who helps them remain hidden in London.
Old Bridget? Peculiar name, I've never heard of her.
According to Old Bridget, skulls can lead a peaceful existence like us. They are even able to nourish themselves by feeding on corpses and the flesh of the dead.
How vile. Please, Jonathan, let's change the subject.
Wie widerlich, ich weiß nur selbst Blut.
Skulls of London have gone into hiding. Both mortals and immortals plot their extermination.
Yes. Skulls are the orphans of the Vampire Society. They are the shame of their genitors, a disgrace to the vampire that created them.
There is something ominous closing around me, Lady Ashbury. Something spies upon me from the shadows. Something cruel and wicked.
Whatever do you mean, Jonathan?
If Sean Hampton and Harriet were not the guilty parties, then who? I saw the bodies and the blood.
Your rebirth has not gone unnoticed, Jonathan. Be extremely careful. If you get in the way of an immortal's plans...
Do you suspect someone?
I don't know, Jonathan. I steer clear of vampire politics, especially whilst hunters roam the city's streets.
Goodbye for now, my lady.
Oh, also reden wir nicht über den Dicken. Macht nichts. Servus, Milton. Hör auf zu schreien. So. Nicht so. Hintertrat. Oh, da ist er. Hello.
Jonathan, at last. I've been worried sick. Have you solved the case of our poor Sean Hampton?
Don't worry, Edgar. The reputation of Pembroke Hospital is secure. Sean Hampton was not the guilty party.
Is that true? Oh, good news. Good news indeed.
What do you know of the Ascalon Club?
Not as much as I would like. There have always been rumors about a secret society of vampires operating in the interests of the British Empire, though I've never met a member.
I crossed paths with one, a terrifying creature going by the name of Fergal. He was sent by the Ascalon Club to exterminate the skulls of the East End.
By the stole, Jonathan. If vampires are eliminating their own progeny, then
Dark times are upon us. Darker than I've ever witnessed.
Do you think Lady Ashbury would know of them?
Jonathan, our beloved lady is not one for social dalliances, nor the assemblies of dark orders. She's a woman of superior taste and selective acquaintance.
Does the name Old Bridget ring any bells?
I'd never heard of her. Why? A patient of ours? I must confess, I don't know them all.
No, it's just someone I recently met. A fascinating woman. I had thought that perhaps...
By the stole, Jonathan, you've met another vampire. I would appreciate an introduction, if that's the case.
I found Harriet Jones. She's much the same old, embittered woman she was, only she's been made a skull. Her transformation did not go well.
Incredible. Why not bring her here? We could learn so much by studying her condition. It would be fascinating.
Were there any studies made by your order on the subject?
Not that I'm aware of. I will transmit your discovery to the Brotherhood's primate. He will be delighted.
I doubt that. She can barely move. Perhaps we could learn more about the degeneration of skulls.
Perhaps. But she could also belong to a new species. We know so little of the laws that dictate vampire reproduction.
A pleasure as always, Edgar.
Yes, Jonathan?
Don't worry.
Is that true?
A pleasure.
Wirklich schlaue vorher sind wir jetzt aber nicht. Nee. So. Nö. Schauen wir, wo wir unsere Waffe verbessern können. Die machen passieren. So. Hier im Serum. Oh ja. Super. So. Warum meine ich eigentlich noch mit dieser schwachen Waffe rum? Und dann. Jetzt nicht. Wow, wow, wow. 110, 121. So. Okay. So.
This is not a place for you, sir.
Ich weiß.
Stop right now!
Nein.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Na. Alter, ist das mehr. So. Gott, ein Problem. Oh, verdammt. Okay, genau deswegen. Verstehe. So. Geht doch.
I shall build your...
So ein Blödsinn. Hier nicht. So. Hier fast auch immer an derselben Stelle. Ah.
Oh God, this one's a tough. He's done for.
Ach, dieser Absatz. Weil das Vieh kann sich da rum teleporten, aber es schafft nicht so einen Absatz drüber zu kommen.
How are you, Bob?
I'm not your Bob.
Have you heard it?
Never heard of her.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired.
There you go.
Very
Goodbye, young man.
Good evening. My dear Con.
I'd like to see...
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Have you any new...
Not recent.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Ja, ich glaube, ich weiß doch keinen.
Cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have...
Lol, das Spiel ist gerade abgestürzt. Sehr gut. Okay. So. Spiel ist gecrashed. Warum auch immer. Gut, verpasst haben wir jetzt nichts. Doch. Doch. Den Medizin gibt man den nochmal. So,
How are you?
I'm not your...
Bla bla bla. Ah, okay, das
Goodbye, young man.
Gut, dann wollten wir noch. Genau dahin. Ja, dann immer rechts. So. Und wir laufen wieder.
Best turn around if I were
So,
you.
Freunde.
Easy does it, boys.
Zack, zack. Oh, du lebst ja noch. Nee, ist das tot. Schön, schön, schön.
"29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me? There's been a fight here.
Wie kommst du darauf? Wie? Das war's jetzt, oder? So, vor der Bildschirm. So.
This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that?
Stop right now! Go back home, idiots! Vicious bugger!
So much blood. Whoever was killed got dried out.
Ah, da geht's weiter.
Dragged the poor wench across all these streets to let her expire and be found here. You're surprising.
Easy does it, boys! Oh! Oh! That leeches boss! Cannot die, vermin!
Oh mein Gott.
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
Ja, ich würde mal sagen, das ist eine Botschaft.
Only a golden watch in her pockets.
I see
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it. I have this thirst for blood.
Ich folge der Schattengestalt. So.
Jonathan! What was that? I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you.
Okay.
They've all been butchered.
Aber dann ist es die Schwester.
I can still sense a presence. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Come to me.
Bin doch schon auf dem Weg.
You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital, cemetery to cemetery, grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were, in front of me, on a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary, I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for me.
Mary, wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget.
skunk.
Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
So that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. Slayer! You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Yes, Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. I'll let you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton. What have you done?
Wow. anstrengend.
Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
Ja, ne? Ach, wir müssen hier runter. Ja, dann besprechen wir mal. Oh ne. Lauf hin, lauf hin, lauf hin. Einige Nächte später.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Okay. Wir sind in unserem Zimmer. Okay. Die Lady will, dass wir uns mit dem Vampirbabo treffen. Interessant. So. Hier entwickeln müssen wir uns. Aber entwickeln müssen wir uns auch noch. Was machen wir da? Das ist Wahnsinn. gesperrt. Ja, Gesundheit kann man nicht bekommen. Okay. Asylpunkt. Ja, immer die Blutkapazität. So. Munition ist immer gut. So. Die folgende Nacht. Oh. Whitechapel is smart. Wo ist ein Krankenhaus mehr heil? So, das war's dann aber für heute. Das sind fast 3 Stunden oder 2, 3 Viertel. Vampyr machen wir nächsten Sonntag weiter. Ansonsten am Dienstag Satisfactory. Eventuell auch jetzt gleich nochmal. Ich bin mir nicht sicher. Bis denn.